Welcome to the course, Disaster Recovery and Build Back Better. My name is Ram Satish, Assistant Professor, Department of Architecture and Planning, IIT Roorkee. Today I am going to talk about cities and climate change, adaptation and mitigation. So I'll give you an overview of the basics of climate change understanding, and I'll also talk about how different cities are able to cope up with it and what kind of strategies for adaptation and mitigation they're developing. And we'll have a little critical understanding of all these approaches. When we say about climate change, I think let's start our discussion with the basic understanding of what is climate, what is weather. Mark Twain simply tells climate is what we expect and weather is what we get. It can tell, imagine you're going to Mississippi or you're going to the Scandinavian countries or the Arctic Circle areas, it will tell you what kind of climate you are going to face. So you may have to prepare what kind of clothes you have to purchase, you have to buy, for the harsh living conditions you may have to cope up with minus 20, minus 30 degrees. So in that way, a regional level understanding will give you some preparation. Whereas in a weather, it helps you to decide what clothes to wear each day. Is it going to rain tomorrow? Is it going to get sunshine today? Is it a sunny day today? Right? So accordingly, you can even plan, especially in a construction department in the European countries, because daylighting is an important aspect. So weather forecast plays an important role. So even the satellite imagery of 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer, so they gives you at least the nearest status of what is the weather going to be. So climate, it actually refers to the average weather conditions in a particular place, and it takes account of many years. So for example, a climate in Minnesota is cold and snowy in winter. And climate is Honolulu, Hawaii, is warm and humid all year round. So which means it has taken the account of many years, and that is where we are talking about what kind of climate it is talking. We are talking about different climatic zones in the globally, how they are divided. Like we are talking about the tropical climates, the temperate climates. So there's a different scales of climate which we are also talking about. For instance, the climate in the one area like the Midwest or Hawaii is called a regional climate. So when we talk about a particular zone or a particular area, a geographical region, it refers to the regional climate. Whereas the average climate around the world is called the global climate. So here we are talking about the 1 degree rise of the global around the world. So that is where we are talking about the global climate. So I think these terminologies are very important for you to understand before understanding the climate change. And weather, as we all know that every day when we switch on the TV news channels, so at least the last 3-4 minutes, the weather reporter comes and explains that in your region or in the country, what is the weather forecast and how it is going to be, what kind of stormy winds are going to face in which part of the area, so that it will give an alert situation for the communities to prepare themselves. But now, when we talk about seasons, earlier we could see a very good diversity, at least our great grandfather's time or our father's time, even our generation. When we were kids, we could able to see a good difference over the seasons, in terms of its landscape, in terms of its flora, in terms of its fauna, in terms of the nature. Because in Scandinavian countries, they call it as 6 seasons in some places. They even call about 8 seasons in some places because of the winter conditions, of the transitional times, from the snow and ice conditions, how they transform from one nature to the another nature and the whole geographical setting. But in the recent times, how many of us have witnessed that this variance has gradually coming down? In fact, if we talk about a country like Scandinavia and Sweden, if you go up north, we have the snow cover for about 8 months in a year, but now it has gradually come to 6 months in a year. So maybe in future it may come up to 4 months in a year. So which means that season durations, the season variances are very subtle changes are there. And similarly we see that this is just a cartoon explaining the spring and summer looks the same, and whereas the fall and winter looks the same, you know. So when we talk about the change, today we are talking about the global temperature has increased about 1 degree, right? So let's see, earlier if you look at the history of the whole earth is referred with the snow, the snowball earth, and about in the ice age 20,000 years ago the whole thing was a half a mile of ice. And today if you see, we hardly see that snow cover, that is also gradually reducing. You take the conditions of Himalayas, the glacier formations, you take the conditions of the Arctic Circle, how the ice is melting. So in that way, today's generation, we are right now here. But if you, here we are talking about minus 2 degrees of a global temperature and an average and minus 1 degree change. This is the impact, and now we are here. Let's say if it increases plus 1, what happens to this? And if it is plus 2, what is the, so there will be no glaciers, no vegetation, no poles, you know, so everything will have a very cataclysmic change. So this is just an understanding of 1 degree temperature and how it will have an impact on our global environment. So that's what, in the coldest part of the last ice age, Earth's average temperature was 4.5 degrees Celsius. Below the 20th century norm, let's call a 4.5 degree difference on 1 ice age unit. So now, how this whole change is caused and what is the impact? Why we should bother about this? This is one thing from a basic understanding. I need to talk about some very basics of the climate change and the greenhouse gas emissions. Now we have the Earth, so and then we have the atmosphere belt. This is the atmosphere, and here there's oceans, land masses, and the main source of the energy is the sun. So now we are getting, and this is the greenhouse gas. There's a layer of this atmospheric layer, and then one thing is the energy is transferring from this, which is a kind of short infrared radiation. And then this is again reflected back, and there's a long infrared, there's a short and long infrared radiations and how it is reflected back. And then in this process, this is actually helping us to protect from the direct radiation. So this layer is actually protecting us. But now with our human interventions, the way we are living today, the way we are living as a dependent society, now these activities on the earth, especially the escalation of the fossil fuel consumptions, which is taking our CO2 and different gases, you know, there's different gases which reach to the atmosphere conditions, and then the CO2, the carbon dioxide, which we talk about, because the fossil fuels, when we talk about industrial dense smoke which is coming from all the industries, and as well as the fuels which we are, I mean the motor vehicles which we are using, and various industrial sectors which were, so it is almost coming about 7 gigatons per year, which is about 2,000 million elephants size of the carbon dioxide which we are emitting. And now what it is doing is, in fact, this carbon dioxide, if you look at this, there's a methane going up to the 30% and the 54.7% of carbon dioxide. And then you have the other nitrous oxide and the fluorinated gases and as well as other gases. So now how much time it will take to evaporate? So this takes about 12 years, over 20 times more heat than the same amount of CO2. And this takes about anywhere from 50 to thousands of years to get diffused. And so now nitrous oxide, it takes 114 years and releases more heat, about 298 times than the same amount of CO2. So this is the scientific facts that which talk about. This is actually from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change in the 4th assessment report. So now what is happening is now we are getting, and the CO2 is still blocking it. So now what is happening is the radiations are coming, and then this is not passing out, it is coming back. So this whole segment, so it's become like you kept a lid on the top of your bowl, and then it starts boiling, then it is the heat is generated. So this is where the oceans are getting warmer, okay, because the heat is coming back again and again. So it's not going further, it's not diffusing, because the layer is making like a cap. And when the heat is coming down to the oceans are getting warmer, and similarly it gets to the glaciers and it melts the snow. And the moment when we talk about the melting of snow, it again rises to the sea level, and this melting of snow and ice, earth absorbs more energy, and again it's reflected back into this greenhouse gas trap energy. And it also have droughts, wildfires, and it also affects the flora and fauna. It also affects the coral reefs, which will have an indirect effect on the aquatic system, and in turn it will affect the human systems. So it works not only on a part of just warming of the oceans and melting of snow, but in turn it will have many disastrous conditions. And this is where the changing conditions for plants and animals, so that is where the migration of birds also keep changing, because the number of birds which are coming to Indian subcontinent, that has gradually coming down, and the same changing seasonal patterns. And this is where we talk about the habitat loss. There might be chances of extinction as well. So this is the basic understanding of climate change and the greenhouse gas trap energy systems. So one side, we are pumping the CO2, making it as a cover layer, and the whole energy is trapped inside this, and then it is warming up the oceans, it is melting the ice, and in turn it is giving an indirect consequences, and direct and indirect consequences on the natural systems and also the human systems. And this is where we talk about the climate change shuffle as a bird and moon story. So they said that it's a very complex phenomenon to understand nature, because each and everything is linked with another thing. It is not individual, it is not an isolated aspect. So now these butterflies, it's heading from north. So maybe certain conditions are now in the colden areas, they are no more cold, now they are getting warmer. So the migratory species now, in fact, if you ever go to Pulicat Lake in down, the number of species have come down which are migrated from Canada. And similarly in Rajasthan, the migratory birds which are coming down, so the number of birds are coming down. So because the water resources are diminishing. So this is how the impact is also caused on the animals and the birds' movements and the flora and fauna patterns. If someone is not consuming something, the production, it will have an impact on the other production aspect as well. And the mountain creatures like squirrels and all, they are all climbing to escape the heat. And different parts of the climate affect the creatures differently. It's not the same way two birds will be affected. They affect in a different way because of the nature of the biological nature. And it also can alter the relationships, So when we talk about the Darwin's theory and all these things, as the climate change happens, even the color of a particular species also changes. The nature, like we talk about giraffe and how it has changed. Today, the long-necked giraffe, how it has emerged. So which means these are all some of the evidences of that time's climate change, and today what we are seeing as a species is not the original one. And it also can cause conflicts, So this is how a big cycle of system is there. I also want to see that, many scientists have been advocating that global warming is real, but some have been arguing there's no evidence to prove it, that it is not real. But then the thing is, you have different evidences. Once the sea is melting, the forest is becoming too hot, because on one side the deforestation is also happening because they were either including the farming techniques, or they are going for the real estate ventures or the land use aspects of it. So that is killing the forest, and the seas have been rising, that is eating out the city. And in that way, the coral reefs, they are also damaged because of various industrial pollution which is happening within water, and that is affecting the aquatic system. So the scientists were worried about it, the communities were worried about it, the politicians were worried about it. So there's a big institutional setup which is now concerned about this climate change. But it is not a very drastic thing, but it is coming in a very gradual process. Now, when we say about drought, it is not just today it is happening, it is coming from years and years. And there's one interesting film, when the Indian film, it's called Delhi Safari. They talked about how animals show their concerns about the climate change, and how they want to actually give their voice of their habitat, and how to safeguard themselves with the city encroachments. So this is all a very interesting. What you can see is this the proclines and all the cranes which are actually taking the deforestation. They're cutting down the trees, and then the animals were worried, and they start going to the Delhi, the capital, and they're making some kind of agitation. In that way, these are some concerns through various films, and people are also now becoming aware of what is going to be our future. And not only that, it will also how it will affect an architect or a builder. It will affect because the ocean is rising, and it will have some disastrous effects, and it may also affect the markets, the real estate markets. It will also affect the financial markets. So there has been, it's not just only about affecting the human habitat, but the whole system, the economic system also is affected, the market system is also affected. And this is where now we are talking about two aspects. One is the mitigation and adaptation. When we talk about mitigation, it is any action taken to permanently eliminate or reduce the long-term risk and hazards of climate change to human life and property. So the IPCC, which is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, defines mitigation as an anthropogenic intervention to reduce the sources or enhance the sinks of greenhouse gases. So that is where we are now talking about various frameworks, various conventions, various agendas. We talk about UNFCCC, Framework for Climate Change Convention, and Agenda 21, Kyoto Protocols. So there are a lot of strategies which is actually working out at a global level as well. And climate adaptation, it refers to the abilities of a system to adjust to a climate change, including climate variabilities and extremes, to moderate potential damage, to take advantage of opportunities, or to cope up with the consequences. See, why do we need to adapt? Now, can we stop climate change just as of now? We cannot, because it is a law of nature. As per the law of nature, everyone is born and everyone is bound to die. Every simple thing will give a birth and it will die. But in certain philosophies, it also talks about the rebirth, okay, but in a different form or in a different way. So if you don't die, it is against the law of nature. If the thing is not dying, it is against the law of nature. So what we are trying to do is, in the name of our sustainable development agendas or whatever it is, we are trying to prolong that life. We are trying to live little longer. We are trying to make our earth live longer, little longer. So this is where the abilities, that is where we are talking. In order to adapt with the situations, in order to adapt and cope with the changing situations, we are talking about the climate change adaptation. The IPCC tells about the adjustment in natural or human systems to a new or changing environment. And adaptation to climate change, it refers to adjustment in natural human systems in response to actual or expected climatic stimuli or their effects, which moderates harm or exploits beneficial opportunities. So various types of adaptation can be distinguished, including anticipatory and reactive adaptation, private and public adaptation, and autonomous planned adaptation. So this is a kind of generic definition which IPCC talks about. And what are the strategies? And in 1992, in Rio de Janeiro, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change has been held, and it takes 3 conditions which has been made explicit towards the goal of greenhouse gas stabilization in the atmosphere. When we talk about the greenhouse gas emissions in the 1980s, it was mostly a scientist's concerns. But as we moved on from 90s, it has also moved towards the social concern as well, and the political concern. But now when we are today, we are talking in more of a legal concern as well. So the number 1 condition, that it should take place within a time frame sufficient to allow ecosystems to adapt naturally to climate change. This is where the time dimension. So that the food production is not threatened. So now you have to understand that certain species now, I don't know how many of you know, but in the last 2 years, even a state like MP, which is producing the wheat, the production was not sufficient, and they were getting the wheat from Australia or in different parts of the world. So which means we are depending on the production. It's not a self-sustained production. That economic development should proceed in a sustainable. So everything is the economic aspect. The economic management has to proceed in a sustainable. So there's 3 things. One is how it can naturally, the ecosystem should adapt. The second is the food production should not. So that's why the Denmark, they started about the seed bank, how we can store the seed bank. Even in India, we have in Ladakh area, there's a seed bank. So how we can store the species of seeds so that in the time of crisis, how we can regenerate it further. Today we are talking about stem cells protection. So similarly, the seed protection is also an important. Adaptation strategies, when we talk about all parties in Article 4 in UNFCCC document, take climate change considerations into account to the extent feasible in the relevant social, economic and environmental policies and actions, and employ appropriate methods. So as per the given political condition, given social and economic feasibilities, one has to take care of this and assess the all relevant methods, with the possibilities. And make impact assessments formulated and determined nationally with a view to minimizing adverse effects on the economy, public health and quality of environment of projects or measures undertaken by or adapt to the climate change. So this is where all parties has to work within all their capabilities and feasibilities. They have to take some measures and work accordingly. I'll also show you now how a case of Dhaka and how this has been, how local communities have also started working on, with small support systems like a financial support system, how they increase their planes, how they started coping with different threats of the floods in the region. So this film is all about the poor communities, because the poverty is an underlying factor for any of disaster in the climate change aspect. So how different support systems, how at a land use planning, how a planners also consider this as one of the important bottom level approach and how they look at it.
Cities are increasingly becoming complex site of political, economic and redistribution contestations. The rich complexity and diversity presents a significant challenge as well as foster creativity. Dhaka, the city of more than 12 million people, is encompassing both rapidly globalizing economy and infrastructurally poor neighborhoods. Every day, people are migrating to the city looking for a better life and livelihood for various climatic reasons. Among the 5.4 million urban poor living in cities, more than 63% live in Dhaka alone. High density of population with limited or no access to services make living conditions challenging. The future climate change pattern may impact Dhaka from flooding and creating heat island where temperature may become a few degrees higher than the surrounding areas.
বর্ষায় আমাদের যে সমস্ত ঘর না প্রত্যেক রুমে এবারও পানি উঠছে যত বৃষ্টি নামলে সমস্ত পানি এইখান থেকে করে রাস্তার পানি আশপাশে পানি এখান থেকে করে এই বাড়িঘর তোলা যায় পানি জমলে কিছু করার নাই পানি সুয়ারেস যেহেতু সুয়ারেসের লাইনের সাথে লাইন যুক্ত না আগের থেকে বন্যার পানি কম হয় বন্যা নাই বর্ষা নাই কোনো কোনো সময় বেশি বৃষ্টি প্রচুর বৃষ্টি নামতেছে কারণ অতি বৃষ্টির কারণে তলায় যায় শহরের বিভিন্ন এলাকা আমার এলাকাও তলায় যায়
চকি দিয়ে থাকে আবার এমনি ঘুরি ফেরতে লয় রাস্তায় গিয়ে থাকে ঘর উঠাইয়া বাঁশ কিলা আনে না আস্তে আস্তে করে একটা করে উঠাইতে উঠাইতে উঠেছি কে পানি উঠলে কয় পচা পানি থাকুন খেতে ভালো জায়গা জায়গা আবার কে কষ্ট করে থাকে যে গরিব মানুষ কই যাম কম পয়সা ভাড়া পাই না ভাড়া
যারা বাইরের থেকে আসে তারা একজনের পরিচিত একজন আসে কেউ গার্জিয়ান থাকলে জামিনদার হিসাবে দেওয়া হয় না হয়তো বিশ্বাস উপরে দেওয়া হয় এবং একটা গাড়ি চালায় 60 টাকা 70 টাকা জমা দেয়
রাজধানী উন্নয়ন কর্তৃপক্ষ ঢাকার দায়িত্বপ্রাপ্ত 1950-এর দিকে যখন এদের স্ট্যাবলিশ করা হয় সেই সময় নগর পরিকল্পনা বলতে যা বোঝানো হতো সেটা ছিল মূলত ভূমি ব্যবস্থাপনা ল্যান্ড ইউজ কিন্তু এই 30-40 বছরের মধ্যে নগর পরিকল্পনা এবং নগর ব্যবস্থাপনার পুরো ধারণাটাই বদলে গেছে এখন নগর ব্যবস্থাপনা কিংবা নগর পরিকল্পনা বলতে শুধু জমি কোথায় কীভাবে ব্যবহার হবে সেটা না এর সামগ্রিক অর্থনৈতিক সামাজিক এবং মানব কল্যাণের দিকগুলি এর অংশ এবং সেই কারণে এর একটা বিরাট কনসার্ন হচ্ছে এখন পরিবেশ রক্ষা এবং উপযুক্ত পরিবেশ তৈরি করা যেখানে মানুষ থাকতে এবং কাজ করতে পছন্দ করবে এবং স্বাচ্ছন্দ্য বোধ করবে যে রাজুকের কিছু মেজর এই প্রক্রিয়ার মধ্যে কিছু মেজর সমস্যা রয়ে গেছে রাজুক যে 1995 সালে যে স্ট্রাকচার প্ল্যানটা তৈরি করে যেখানে মূলত গাইডলাইন এবং গুলি দেওয়া আছে স্ট্যান্ডার্ডসগুলি সেট করা আছে ভিশন সেট করা আছে এবং তার পরিপ্রেক্ষিতে কিন্তু আরবান এরিয়া প্ল্যান অ্যান্ড ডিটেল এরিয়া প্ল্যান হবে যেগুলি অন দ্য গ্রাউন্ড ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করা হবে রাজুকের যে ইনস্টিটিউশনাল ক্যাপাবিলিটি ছিল সেটা তারা বলেছিল ইজ নট ফিট ফর দ্য স্ট্রাকচার প্ল্যান এবং স্ট্রাকচার প্ল্যানের প্রতিটা জায়গায় লেখা আছে অ্যাজিউমিং দ্যাট রাজুক উইল বি স্ট্রাকচার দেখা গেল যে 14 বছর পরেও সেই কাজের এখনও কিন্তু রাজুকের স্ট্রাকচার করা হয়নি এবং হায়ার টায়ার একটা অথরিটি বানানোর কথা ছিল সেটাও করা হয়নি
Significant attention has been given to exploring and unpacking traditional coping strategies for climate change in the rural context. Less work has gone to deepening our understanding of the ways urban poor are adapting to climate variability. The research work, Adaptation to Climate Change in Cities, has been initiated with the argument that significant lessons can be drawn from examining how the urban poor are coping with conditions of increased vulnerability. Knowledge gained from the research can help to strengthen strategies for adaptation planning in cities.
যদি জোরে বৃষ্টি হয় তাহলে আমাদের ঘরে এক হাতের মতো পানি হয়ে গেলে বাচ্চা কাচ্চা নিয়ে চৌকিতে উঠতে হয় উঠলে তারপর তো বাচ্চা কাচ্চা নেমে যায় বাতের পাতিলটাতে নিয়ে উপরে যাই বাচ্চাদের অসুখ বিসুখ হয়ে যায় হইলে পরে সমস্যা আমরা বাহিরে যাইয়া ড্রেনগুলো পরিষ্কার করি পরিষ্কার করলে পানিগুলো আস্তে আস্তে নামতে সময় লাগে 5 বছর আগের থেকে এখন বৃষ্টি কমছে গরম বাড়ছে আর জিনিসের দাম তো বাড়ছে এগুলো বদলাইলাম ওই যে বাঁশ খুঁটি এগুলো চেঞ্জ করলাম টিনও কিছু নষ্ট হয়ে গেছে ওগুলো চেঞ্জ করলাম পশি খেতে গেল ওটাই আমি আস্তে আস্তে এগুলো ঠিক করি লোকজন নিয়ে তারপর পানি উঠতো আমি এখানে মাটি ফেলাইছি অনেক টাকার মাটি ফেলাইছি তারপর আমার পাশের গুলাতে উঠে পানি এটাতে আর উঠে না এখন তো এই লোন যদি শেষ হয় আমি আবার উঠায় তারপর আবার ওগুলো ঠিক করব এরকম সবাই এরকম করে কেউ এনজিও কেউ আশা যে যেখানে আছে সেখান থেকে এনে তারা এগুলো করে মনে করেন ভালোই আছি আল্লাহর রহমতে
The research identified several coping strategies. People made physical modifications within built environment as well as making improvements at the neighborhood level. To reduce the impacts of water clogging, The increased plinth height made barriers at door front, increased furniture height, arranged higher storage facilities, and took community initiatives to clean drainage. To reduce heat, creepers were grown covering the roof. False ceiling or canopy made out of cloths were made. Almost half of the households surveyed reduced their vulnerability through savings. Households having more than one earning member in diversified professions did better during any event of disaster. Social network helped people to get assistance during disasters and improved living conditions and livelihood opportunities. Assets accumulated over time increased resilience. Accumulation meant acquiring sellable household products and building materials as well as investing in children's education. The future challenges of adaptation planning in city level needs to be creative, understanding and establishing connections between diversity and complexity. Any adaptation measure for the urban poor has to work towards bridging the gap from present experiences.
বরিশাল যেহেতু কোস্টের কাছাকাছি, সো ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জের ইম্প্যাক্ট ঢাকার থেকে বরিশালে বেশি হবে এবং বিভিন্ন ডাইমেনশনে হবে, যেগুলি হয়তো বা ঢাকায় হবে না। বরিশাল শহর সম্বন্ধে আমরা যখন পরিকল্পনা করা শুরু করি তখন আমি ওর স্ট্রেংথটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করি এবং কোথায় কোথায় অপরচুনিটি আছে যেগুলি এক্সপ্লোর করা হয় নাই। সেটা দেখা গেছে যে ওর একটা খুব ভালো অ্যাগ্রো বেজ আছে। সো এই যে কোয়ান্টিটেটিভ চেঞ্জটা আমি করতে চাচ্ছি অ্যাগ্রো ইন্ডাস্ট্রির, সেইখানে কিন্তু ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জ একটা বিরাট ফ্যাক্টর হয়ে দাঁড়াতে পারে। এই জন্য যে তার কৃষি উৎপাদন ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত হতে পারে, তার যে ওয়াটার রিসোর্স আছে সেটা নষ্ট হয়ে যেতে পারে। সো এইগুলি নিয়ে আমরা এই জিনিসগুলি কীভাবে অ্যাড্রেস করতে হবে, কী কী ওয়ার্নিং ওদেরকে আগে দিতে হবে এবং রাষ্ট্রের পক্ষ থেকে কী কী ফ্যাসিলিটিস ওখানে গড়ে তুলতে হবে যাতে ওই ন্যাচারাল ফেনোমেনাগুলি ঘটার আগেই লোকজন প্রিপেয়ার থাকে টু ট্যাকল দোজ থিংস। এখন বরিশালের সুবিধাটা ওটা যে ইটস এ মোর অর লেস ইজ এ ভার্জিন ল্যান্ড, ছোট একটা শহর, ওখানে প্রেশার গ্রুপ কম। সো ওইখানে যে ডিসিশনগুলি নেওয়া হবে সেগুলি সঠিক সিদ্ধান্ত নেওয়া হয়, তাহলে সেই সিদ্ধান্তগুলি কার্যকর করার সুবিধা এক। কিন্তু সমস্যা হচ্ছে একই, যে বিকজ এই যে আমরা প্ল্যানটা তৈরি করা হচ্ছে এখন আরবান ডেভেলপমেন্ট ডিরেক্টরেটের আন্ডারে, তাদের কিন্তু বরিশালে মাস্টার প্ল্যান ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করার নিজের কোনো এখতিয়ার নেই। তাদের দায়িত্ব হচ্ছে বিভিন্ন শহরের জন্য, ছোটোখাটো শহর এবং সেকেন্ডারি টাউনগুলির জন্য পরিকল্পনা তৈরি করে দেওয়া। তাহলে এই যে নতুন পরিকল্পনা তৈরি হলো, সেই পরিকল্পনা হু উইল ওন, এই পরিকল্পনার গার্জিয়ান কে হবে সেটা কিন্তু স্পষ্টভাবে সরকারের জানা নেই। যেটা আমি আমাদের বিভিন্ন মিটিংয়ে এই জিনিসগুলো রেজ করেছি যে প্ল্যান হওয়ার পরে কে করবে। তাদের এমনি সাধারণভাবে ধারণা হচ্ছে বরিশাল সিটি কর্পোরেশন করবে, কিন্তু বরিশাল সিটি কর্পোরেশনে কোনো বাধ্যবাধকতা নাই আরবান ডেভেলপমেন্ট ডাইরেক্টরেটের কোনো প্ল্যান ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করা। আর যদি সে করেও তাহলে বরিশাল সিটি কর্পোরেশনের যে টেরিটোরিয়াল আছে, লিগ্যাল বাউন্ডারি আছে, এবং বরিশাল সিটি কর্পোরেশনের অর্ডিন্যান্সে তার যেসব কার্যক্রম চালানোর অধিকার দেওয়া আছে এবং বরিশাল সিটি কর্পোরেশনের যে ম্যান পাওয়ার আছে, তা কিছুই আসলে এই নতুন পরিকল্পনা বাস্তবায়নের জন্য উপযোগী না।
The urban poor are vulnerable to hazards induced by climate change as they respond to double exposure to climate variability and poverty. However, they also have certain level of built-in resilience. Recognizing and supporting the knowledge accumulated in responding to disasters through planning initiatives can create a favorable environment for the poor and our future generation.
Similarly, in the Western Africa, they also talk about in one generation how the land become more arid. It is already arid and it becomes more arid, and it has affected the crop cultivation, and it has affected the employment. It has affected even the healthy living conditions there. So that is where even some of the local techniques, they have started adapting the dam loon techniques of conserving water and soil conservation methods, so that they make these kind of stone bounds or maybe a soil bound, so that one is filled and it goes to the another, and that is how the water conservation methods, and so that the soil is protected, they started planting the things. So in that way you can see that a review of 15 crops, in the Sahel region. So how there has been some revival of these crops through the conservation methods. And when it comes to the developing countries like Holland, which is in delta region and the low-lying area, and they also have strategies of making a kind of barriers, the stone barriers to protect them from the flood. But when they actually calculated this in the initial stage of construction, they thought once in 10 years we may use, but now they are using very frequently. So this shows that climate change is happening, and their calculations went wrong in very fast. And the amount of effort they are also making, because being a low-lying area and a delta region and being a developed country, they are developing strategies, and one of the outcome on the built form is the floating houses in Netherlands. These are like, irrespective of the flood, these houses, they still stay and they can float. But one has to look at the kind of investment, the financial investment is going in making these houses. Yes, technologically it is a very state of art, appreciated state of art. But how one can look at this, is it really, the question we have to think about, is it really wise to invest on such expensive technology rather to invest on social empowerment and better alternatives for coping to the climate change? So this is some of the brainstorming understanding one can take on their own call. So I hope you got an idea of how different cities from an agricultural sector has been working on the climate change, and the developing country and the developed country, so how they are responding to this climate change with their own financial mechanisms, with support systems, and with social capitals, right? I hope this helped you. Thank you very much.